What's up guys, Olaniyomayowa here. Now in this tutorial video, we'll be covering the essential tools you will need as a designer with Adobe Photoshop. If you're just starting out with the software, you're welcome, as we'll be covering every tool you will need as a beginner. The first thing you want to do is, of course, open the software. So you can go to your search bar and search for Photoshop and open up the software. Alright, so here we are in Adobe Photoshop. If you're just starting out, your screen should be a bit different from this if you're just opening the software for the first time. Now the first thing you want to do is open up a new file. So just come right here to this button, new file. I'll click on that and this dialog box opens up. Now you have options of presets. Photoshop has some presets which you can select from. Alright, so we can see right here, this is recent. These are some of the documents I opened by myself. For this tutorial, we'll be using the Instagram document size. And the Instagram document size is simply 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. Now in this section, input the name of your document. So I'll just click on this, click on the untitled, and name it Photoshop tutorial. Come to this inches part, click on inches and select pixels, and I'll click on the width and change it to 1000. I'll also do the same thing for the height section, 1000. Leave every other thing the way it is. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is click on create to create our new document. So the next thing I want to do is import an image into Photoshop, so that way it's easy to have something on the screen we can all relate to. So to place an image into Photoshop, navigate to File, go to File, okay, so you click on Place Embedded, navigate to wherever your image is. So I'm just going to click on this image and the image will open up. Alright, another option is for you to just drag and drop into Photoshop. Okay, so go to wherever your image is and click and hold and release, and Photoshop will open the image for you. The first tool we'll be considering is the Move tool. The Move tool is just the first tool you will see on the toolbar. Okay, so this is the Move tool, and you can also activate the Move tool by pressing V on your keyboard. So when you press V on your keyboard, you're activating the Move tool. Alright, now the Move tool is simply a tool which helps you move things, of course, on your screen. It's quite straightforward. The Move tool helps you move things on your screen. So say I want to move this image. All I have to do is just click on the image and drag, click and drag, and you'll be able to move the image. Okay, now on to the next tool. Now this is a very essential tool. The next tool is called the rectangle mark tool. So basically Photoshop actually has some tools grouped together into one. Okay, so you can actually activate some other tools under a tool. So to know the tools which have that feature, all you have to do is just look to the right hand bottom corner and you see a small arrow beside the tool. Once you can see that small arrow, then it shows that you also have some options. So for example, if I click and hold on the Move tool, I will also see an option for the Artboard tool. For now, we'll not be considering the Artboard. We'll not be using this tool. It's not quite as important as some of the tools we'll be considering for now. Alright, so if I click and hold on the rectangular mark tool, I'll also see that we have options for elliptical mark tool, we have options for single row mark tool, and we also have the single column mark tool. Now what this tool does is actually make selections. Okay, so if I want to make a rectangular selection, a rough selection of a rectangular object on my screen, what I have to do is just click on rectangular mark tool or click on the shortcut M. Alright, so say I wanted to make a selection of this monkey's head. All I have to do is just click on an area where the head is, just drag on a section around his head and release. That's all you have to do, and you can see that a selection has been made. So say I wanted to make a circular selection, what do? All I have to do is click on the elliptical mark tool and make another selection. Okay, so you make another selection of the image So you click, drag and release, and you have made a circular selection. But say I wanted to make a perfect circle, hold shift click and drag, and you have a perfect circle for a selection. We're moving straight to the next tool. Now this tool is actually also very important. So the next tool we want to consider is the lasso tool. So a lasso tool is used to make a freehand selection. So say I wanted to quickly mark an area on this image, what I would do is click on the lasso tool or click on L for the lasso tool and make a freehand selection. All right, so I'll quickly make a selection so you can see exactly how this works. All you have to do is just click and hold, then drag towards the selection. So as you can see, I've successfully selected a particular area around my subject. So this is exactly what you use a lasso tool for. So under the lasso tool, you also have the polygonal lasso tool. You have two variations of the lasso tool. You have the polygonal lasso tool and you have the magnetic lasso tool. All these tools are basically used for freehand selection, only that the polygonal lasso tool helps you make selection a bit easier, in the sense that all you have to do is click on areas where you want next selection to be. Now, let me show you exactly how this works. So you click on the polygonal lasso tool. I'll pick a point where I want to start. Say I wanted to start from here. I'll click here, then go to another area where I want the selection to continue from. I'll click there. Go to another area where I want the selection to continue. Click. You continue clicking to make selections. Okay, so you only have the option of making selections in straight lines. Then when I have reached the point where I started, all I have to do is join this with the point where I started. And if you are finding it difficult like me right now, so to click on the exact point where you started, all you have to do is click on enter on your keyboard and you will see that you have successfully made a rough sketch or a rough selection. So this is how you use the polygonal lasso tool. All right, so say I wanted to use the magnetic lasso tool. Here you're going to click on your subject or click on areas where you want selected, and you can see that this tool is actually a bit smarter, or way smarter than the polygonal or the ordinary lasso tool. So as you can see, as I move on, it recognizes your image and keeps snapping. All right, so you don't have to click. You only have to click once and keep dragging towards wherever you think you want to make a selection to. All right, so I'm just going to run through this and keep sliding my cursor on, on the subject. And once you reach the end or the beginning of where you started from, all you have to do is click or click enter. All right, and you see that Photoshop will make a selection of wherever it is you have made. All right, so these tools are very important for use in design with Photoshop. Without these tools, you cannot make selections. Now, I should say that these tools are only used for freehand selection. These tools are basically used for only freehand selection. All right, guys, so that's basically all you need to know about the lasso tool. So say I wanted to make a perfect selection of this image of this monkey. I wanted to separate him from the background. Separate him. Say I wanted to separate the subject from the background. Okay, so I'll need a tool which actually marks out every aspect of this image. Now, luckily for us, Photoshop actually has tools which will make our life a lot easier.